Bro,
look,
balls go to the other net.
Exactly. Like
Look.
stopping and kicking. Like
I bet you that's how people who watch rugby look at football, American football.
Pass the ball, running down the field. And
No, because they look at it because there's so much stopping. There's so much like that's a continuous type of a sport. Like there's no commercial timeouts. There's no timeout on the field. No, it's constant going back and forth.
If I'm on the other team, what's the purpose of my team?
why do they kick in certain spots?
What am I supposed to do with the ball that I carry?
What do you do with the ball that you carry?
What is the purpose?
The purpose is the same thing as football. You go, you start at one end of the field and then you work your way to the other end.
Okay.
But if you fumble it, then or if it turns into a scrum, then it's basically battling for possession of the football. Put it to you that way.
They battle really weird.
To be honest with you, a lot of people think that rugby is probably more safer than the NFL for the way that they hit
not.
people.
I mean, those fools go.
Well,
they don't do no pads or anything.
Then that adds an extra caution to all the players
You should be talking about
because
this on the goddamn podcast.
we're already recording.
All right.
But a lot of people will say that it makes it a lot more safer because you're not gonna go as hard because you're like, fuck, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
And plus, you're also thinking long-term effects too.
I've heard that debate for football and NFL. Like if we went back to leather helmets, fools wouldn't go as hard because well, shit, it's gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? You won't go full clip. You got a helmet and all these pads. You're gonna go all in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the hits are always what gets, it's not the only thing that causes head trauma or head injuries. You just shaking around,
oh yeah,
your head continuously can cause damage. So that's what I'm saying. Like I would say a helmet nowadays would be better than no helmet. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody's gonna have a debate between rugby and football. Which one's better? Which one's this? I mean, if I had to pick, I think rugby is a little bit more fun to watch.
I just tried watching rugby and I
couldn't
get into it. Yeah, I couldn't get into it.
Probably when you understand the rules of like what the scrums are,
because I didn't really understand. There was a lot of like jumping around on people, stuff like that.
The kicking game is actually a little bit harder in rugby because it's a smaller goal, but what they give you is angles that you can kick it at. Like every different angle that you want to kick it at, that's what they can give it to you.
All right, so that fool Deshaun Watson, what happened to him?
A lot. I think some of the women are retracting some of their statements.
Ooh, sounds right.
And I don't know. I mean, it goes back to what we said last week or the last episode. Is that this might be some fugazi works going, or some collusion going on down there. But if it turns out to be true, man, that is messed up. You're just gonna ruin a man's career because he doesn't want to play for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean that's what I don't understand. It's like all these women came out one by one. Yeah. And obviously, if it's true, everybody deserves a voice. Everybody needs to be heard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, now a bunch are retracting. Some girls are changing what they were saying.
You remember that Baylor player? He was like a freaking like I think it was like Jeff Okafor or Jeff Oking something. I can't remember what his name was, but he was a specimen. Like you look at him on the field, dude was freaking just jacked, huge, super human. But he was projected to go high round, and an allegation came out, a rape allegation came out, and it just ruined everything.
Yeah, I think I remember this.
It ruined his chances of going to the NFL because they went with this for almost a year or two until the case finally closed out, and it turns out that the girl made up the whole thing.
Exactly.
And I'm not shaming. Well, nah, but I'm not shaming anybody who went through anything like that, and not to take the allegation serious. But you see the repercussions of a girl lying. This dude missed out not only on an opportunity to play in the NFL, but also making millions in the first round, being a first round pick.
Going to be taken care of for the rest of their lives and his life.
And not only that, but when you look up this story online, all you're gonna see is he got arrested for a sexual allegation charge or something that you don't see that it got overturned. You don't see that.
And like that's the thing that's tough about being a college football player that's gonna make it to the NFL, you're guaranteed, and then being obviously a professional athlete in any sport, because although obviously not every woman is like that, there are people that will take advantage of a certain situation. Like you ignore them, they get mad. You reject them, they get mad, and that's how stories get made up and allegations happen. and that really, is obviously bad for everybody involved.
Yeah. It's sad, but shit happens. Sometimes, and sometimes that's probably why in college you should probably just stick to your sport, stick to going to school, and
Exactly.
leaving all that alone for a little bit. But if you're young, you want to do what you want.
Yeah.
What do you think of the fights this weekend?
Man, crazy. All of them, each one of them good. I mean, that leg. That's all anybody could talk about. That's all that was on social media last night. Hashtag that leg.
First off, I feel bad for Chris Weidman. I really do. That sucks.
I do too.
But man, you talk about karma. Yeah, remember that's how Anderson went out against him, and now he went out the same way. It's like, oof. And then it was funny because, not funny, but it happened again with karma. With what I say? I guess you could say with Rose Namajunas.
Okay, yeah, she knocked her out.
She knocked out homegirl. Head kick knockout.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say this: the past couple weekends, before this month, I did not like Usman or Ngannou. Thought they were overrated, overhyped. But you know what? They both earned my respect with their most recent victories. You know what I'm saying? Ngannou legit went up against, in my opinion, one of the best MMA heavyweights to ever fight. Stipe. And you know what? He made him look pretty shitty, bro. Like, especially if you watched the first fight, how Stipe embarrassed Ngannou. Oh, that was funny to watch. But then Ngannou comes back. Jesus, bro. That was scary.
It's gotta be a third fight.
A disciplined Ngannou is scary.
Right?
And then Usman yesterday, man, bro, I can't even. Hey, bro, you took the pressure, you took the opponent, took all the shit talking, and you knocked him out.
Yep.
You can't talk shit about that.
If you know me outside of this podcast, everybody would know that I never really had that much respect for Usman. I thought he was a boring fighter. Didn't think he was all that great. Thought he just coasted his way to his victories. But in his last few fights, he's proven everybody wrong. He's proven his doubters wrong. And not only that, but it's what he's saying too. Like his interviews and stuff are just on point. Like he's not full of himself. The way
he's portraying himself.
Yeah, he's carrying himself like a champion, and he wants to leave a legacy, and that's what he's doing right now. And I give him all respect in the world.
Yeah, and then not to mention that knockout that he threw was coming off, I think, a feint jab leading with the right hand.
Mm-hmm. So
straight power.
Just straight power and put him down, boy.
That shit is scary.
Once it connected, everybody knew.
Yeah.
And that was the one question I had with Usman. It was like, how good are your hands? Like, you really just want to wrestle with people, push them up against the cage. How good are your hands? And well, we proved that last night. And then I didn't really see the results of the Valentina Shevchenko fight. Was that a unanimous decision, or what happened with that one?
Shevchenko beat the shit out of Andrade, bro. She had her crucifix for like a minute.
Damn.
She just beat the dog shit, and she was elbowing the dog shit. That referee should have stopped that fight like 15 seconds before. When homegirl got up, bro, she did not know where she was at. It looked bad.
Damn.
Yeah, I saw that in the morning.
Man, they were talking about having Valentina and what's her name, the Chinese fighter that fought Rose last night. That those two should fight each other.
The girl Rose, the women's champion,
the one that Rose just beat,
the Chinese woman.
Yeah.
Okay, they said she should fight who?
That she should fight Valentina.
Ooh, that'd be good because they're both pretty. I mean, they're both aggressive as fuck.
They're both aggressive as hell, but I think Valentina would have the weight advantage on that one.
I mean, did you guys see that?
I had the power on that one.
After the fight, when Usman won, they were trying to. It was trending, or at least you know how Twitter gets with Khabib and Usman.
Oh yeah,
and what could be.
Man, it's because in my opinion, bro, like besides Covington, the UFC don't have anybody for him. If Usman can get past Covington decisively, like we just saw him get past Masvidal, then that's why all they have. They're either gonna try and maybe GSP, maybe Nurmi. Who else was brought out?
Connor last night. This morning tweeted out.
Connor, you need to worry about getting that L back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right now you're not the GOAT anymore. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not the money fight anymore.
It's not about who did it. It's about who's doing it. Right now, Connor, you're not doing it. You gotta knock the fuck out, fam. You need to go focus on your redemption. Let the champion do champion shit. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, who do you think John Jones? Do you think that John Jones should get the title fight against
'cause
Francis Ngannou? Or
What? Wait, heavyweight?
yeah, he's in heavyweight now.
Girl.
He's
Since
a heavyweight.
when?
Since he said fuck the light
How
heavyweight
many
division.
fights has he had in heavyweight?
Not one.
Oh God. Well, you know what? I'll watch it because John Jones is a damn crazy tactic. Like he's just crazy to watch.
You know, if I was
He makes it look so easy.
if I was to book this, I would book this both fights on one night. I would give France if Stipe wanted the third match, I'd give him his rematch. But have that as a main event, but also have John Jones versus
But can't
what's
you?
his name?
Ngannou.
Derek Lewis
Oh well, look.
for the #1
But
contendership.
put it like this: imagine if John Jones takes on Ngannou for the title and he wins. Isn't that one of the biggest fuck yous to Dana? Because we know the history that John Jones and the UFC have had, like all those drug tests, all the
Exactly.
controversy, all the shit talking, all the basically, you know, all the causing trouble, bro. You know what I'm saying? And imagine if he would take that title, he would ruin things right now because the UFC is trying to build up these new guys. And if he went up there and beat Ngannou, took the belt, it would. I mean, it's a higher risk, high reward because if Ngannou beats him, it's a name on his resume, right? But if he loses, John Jones just stole the whole fucking division.
Yeah, that's the thing with John Jones, though. It's like, yes, he's an amazing athlete, but it's also what could have been still because of the time that he
good
missed.
God.
Yeah.
What about imagine this fight? You made think about it. John Jones, Stipe. That'd be a great tactician fight, in my opinion.
Man, I don't think so. Not
You don't
anymore.
think so?
Not anymore. I think Stipe a
You
year
want
and
to
a
give me
half
John
ago.
Jones and Ngannou, but you don't want to give me Stipe John Jones? You want to give me John Jones, you want to give me John Jones and two new guys, but you want to give me
No,
John...
no, I'm giving you John Jones and a guy who's been proven that
Derek Lewis?
he's the #1 contender.
Derek Lewis?
Derek Lewis.
What, is it Stipe #1 contender right now? I mean,
Stipe earned his title shot or his rematch, but if he wants to retire, he should retire. If he wants to get taken, then he gets a rematch.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
But-
saying you wouldn't want to see Stipe versus John Jones. You don't think that's a good fight?
I don't think it's a good. I mean, it would have been a
want
good fight a couple years ago, but
you
not
want to
now.
see Derek Lewis and John Jones?
Yeah.
Nah, I kind of gotta go with I gotta call bullshit on that one.
I mean, it's just for one, John Jones is young as hell, and I would love to see him and Francis
He's
go
young
at
as
it.
hell, but he partied his life away. He's got a lot of years to go.
I think just Stipe is just. I think he's just ready to go. I think it's done.
You
He
think
has
so?
he has no fire in him left to go, and I'm not
you
talking
gotta-
down on
you-
him, but he's accomplished everything he needs to.
Well,
Now a
you
year or two
You
ago,
gotta beat this big black dude right now, bro.
I mean, even if he loses, it really is a win-win for Stipe. You're still on the top of the division. You still.
Wait, no.
Oh, you retire out. You retire out.
not a win-win?
Still. I mean, what else do you have left? You've already beaten him.
And you're
He's
earning
he's
your money.
way younger than you, and you've already done everything in the division as it is.
Has he fought Derek Lewis?
Yeah, I think. No, has he fought Derek Lewis?
I don't.
Well, you want to see John
think
Jones,
he
Derek
has.
Lewis? Maybe you want to see Stipe and Derek Lewis.
I mean, if he wants to take the fight, I'd like to see it. But honestly, I didn't really want Stipe taking this last fight with Ngannou. I really thought maybe he should really just
I
call
think
it.
he
call
thought he had
it.
it.
Yeah.
Especially how easy he had it and how he probably is like, this was easy. In the first fight, he's like, oh, we're taking. I think his plan, like Romo said, maybe he did want to retire, but he just thought he was gonna win. But then you get knocked out like that, you forget everything, bro.
I think that fire in him is driven just to beat Ngannou, but I don't think he'll have that same fire to fight John Jones. Because John Jones, again, he's a young guy. He ain't really done anything in the division to earn it. Why was
He knows
Stipe?
shit. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I was surprised that he was in the heavyweight division.
So that's why I think Stipe would be a bad fight. Because his heart wouldn't be in it. He really wouldn't want to do it. I
It
mean,
is a legacy fight.
But would it be if he retired after if he lost? I
Yeah,
mean,
that
it
was
would be
so-
kind of be like.
It would look like, oh, you retired because you got your ass whooped. Yeah.
Or it could be like he knew the time, like it was fading already.
Yeah, and I think he might as well pull the
mean-
trigger then. If you're thinking about it, you might as well pull the
Because
trigger.
it's like you lose, it's okay. You retire, you get too old, right? There you go. You didn't fight him in your prime. You win and you retire.
Because in my
That would
opinion-
have a greater effect, I feel. But I don't know if he'd do it. I don't think he would.
Because in my opinion, like here's the thing, fighting is one of those things where like you have to be in it all the way. Like yeah, like you said, if Stipe goes into a fight against anybody, doesn't matter who the fuck it is, but if he goes into like say third round, final round, and he's having to decide, man, should I really keep pushing? You know, if you have to ask yourself that, you shouldn't be in the cage in the first place, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if he's just like you said, if his brain and heart isn't in it all right now,
I give
yeah,
you-
just call it a day, bro.
I'll give you
I
a
think so,
prime example that I felt bad for the dude was Chris Lieben.
Oh yeah, but that dude had straight up CT.
Yeah, like,
He was
but
crazy.
I think that he should have hung it up way before he did. because
but I think he's one of those dudes where he had no other choice.
Yeah.
I gotta pay
Make
bills.
money.
I feel you. But that's something where it's like, I guess somebody should really ask yourself, if you, like you said, if you're asking yourself that question, I think you should really retire.
Yeah, it would be nice if there was a fighters union where that took care of fighters that couldn't fight anymore, had CTE issues. It would be nice.
I found it more sad the way that Chris Levy went out, dude. That dude sat on that chair and was like, I'm done. I didn't want to go back out there. I'm like, man, that's embarrassing.
See? And that's what it looks like when you're hard fan. You just know, like, damn, why I'm gonna go in there for what? Exactly.
Yeah, why am I fighting?
Yeah, then why you in the cage, bro? Exactly. You know, exactly. Yeah, that was his time.
Yeah.
You know, I think BJ the same thing. He had given up on the sport a long time ago. He needed. I mean, from what I hear, bro, if all the stuff that happened out of the cage is true about BJ, he's a really not good dude.
Nah, yeah. Like, apparently he was very...
Yeah, like, we don't need to get into details, but apparently there's, you can look it up. BJ Penn has a lot of really bad, records.
Yeah, he's got bad stories about him.
And so maybe he just had to keep on fighting because he had no choice too. He spent all that money doing shady shit.
But you don't think it could be also playing the effect of his ego?
Oh hell yeah, bro!
You know,
fighter's pride. Come on, dude. If anybody's athlete's gotta have pride. You know, you're not gonna be the top of.
I don't know any other reason why you would take those 4 fights with Frankie, except for the first one, maybe the second one, but not the third or fourth one.
And he was just getting pieced up.
Oh, that fourth one was just bad.
And now you look forward. You're like, to get pieced up about Frankie is kind of like, what the fuck? Because Frankie couldn't piece nobody up. I mean, let's be honest. Frankie, a great fighter, great record. He deserves all the accolades. But he's not exactly going in there piecing motherfuckers up. So to see him treat BJ like that, it was like, damn, BJ just did not want this shit no more.
Oh no, they fed him BJ after he beat the fuck out of Cub Swanson. I remember that fight. Cub Swanson came in. This is when Cub Swanson was like on top of his game. This is when we're trying to figure out who's gonna take on Jose.
He stopped the streak, didn't he?
He did.
Cub was going.
It was a 5-round fight. Pieced him up all 5 rounds and then choked him out in the final second of the fight. Was able to get a rear naked choke on Cub Swanson.
This is BJ we're talking about?
No, this is Frankie Edgar.
Oh, Frankie when he fought, okay.
I would say, yeah, he could piece anybody up, but it wouldn't be as in the impact of like you could see it. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have the power behind it. But yeah, he could outbox anybody.
Oh yeah. He watched his footwork and everything. I mean, he was a legit boxer, in my opinion. He wasn't really an MMA guy. He was a boxer. He did use his wrestling as much as he should have, and I think that's why he rusted because he let those hips get weak. He should have kept that wrestling game as a big part of his repertoire because that'll help you keep that hip strength, and that helps with the boxing, bro. Because boxing is all about that quick, that reflex stick. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got the quick snap.
And remember, that's what really helped him against Graham Maynard too.
Oh yeah. Because Graham Maynard, that right there. Graham Maynard. If you want to watch a good slugfest, Graham Maynard and Frankie, pick any of those fights.
Second or third, not the first one.
You don't think the first one?
The first one was just a wrestle fucking.
Yeah, they did wrestle. You're right, they did wrestle.
Graham Maynard basically just bullied him.
See, we like that tactician. We like that. Yeah. We like watching, good BJJ, good wrestling, good shit like that.
But for the majority of the fans, not a lot.
Yeah, get the fuck up. Yeah.
Now, the second and third one though. That one is like a hardcore type of like Rocky type moment.
Those fuckers were dying in there, bro. It's like lights out. No, never mind, lights back on. Oh my god, that's wanted it, bro. They wanted that shit, bro.
I don't know. I don't even know how you come out of those 2 first rounds after being knocked down 3 times.
Yeah.
And come back out and win. Not only just stay in the fight, but really win the fucking following round.
Yeah, in the final round, that's the best.
And the final round, it's like
that's the best.
Man.
That's why they gave him a lot of opportunities, but he didn't really make nothing of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, he got him, but it's just, he lost to Jose, and they never got that money fight with Conor.
You know another woulda, coulda, shoulda? Anthony Pettis. I don't care if he won that belt, he only had 1 fight, and they lost it.
You know what? You can say that, because after he lost to RDA, he was never the same.
Because, I was watching MMA on TV when WEC was still around. back when the lightweight Uriah Faber, Miguel Torres, fucking, the guy you're talking about right now, what's his name?
Cub Swanson?
No. Oh, he was there too.
Jose Aldo?
No, who am I talking about? Anthony Pettis.
Oh yeah, Anthony Pettis.
I saw all these fights. Like I saw the hype, and I saw the last WC event where Pettis hit that Showtime kick on Hendo. Bro, that after that, this guy, he was gold. He was gold. No one ever seen anything like that in the cage. He was flashy. He was young. He had everything, bro. And I think he got too full of himself. I think it was too soon, too quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wasn't he getting like a cereal box
Yes,
made on
bro.
him
He was
and
on the
stuff?
Wheaties box. On the fucking Wheaties box, my guy.
You know who was a champion that just is easily forgettable? And it's like, was he really that good when they were overhyped him? That's really what I was trying to say was Henan Barao.
Henan Barao. I mean, he did win a few fights though. He looked like Jose Aldo light. Not Jose Aldo, but like, you don't think so?
I mean, to say this, it's like to taking that long streak that he had. It probably just sound like I'm just talking shit, but it really a lot of it happened in Brazil, where a lot of the fights were won easy.
Well, there were no drug tests. We
no
know
drug
this.
tests.
We know this.
And I remember he fought Uriah Faber, and one of the knockouts was kind of questionable too, because remember Uriah was down, but it looked like he was going for an ankle pick, and they stopped the fight.
Yeah, I remember that fight. I do remember that, and they didn't even want to run it back. That's what was weird about it. They didn't want to run it back.
Yep, and then he knocked out somebody else by getting a spinning back kick to the body. I can't remember who he.
I mean, we could pull up his record, but it's like you said, it's probably not worth it.
But it was just the fact that you got pieced up by TJ Dillashaw twice.
I mean, hey,
and then you weren't shit afterwards.
Don't take away nothing from TJ, bro. TJ is a stud.
Oh, no.
TJ is a stud.
TJ, he went into that fight an 800-point underdog.
You think he was roiding the whole time, or you think this whole thing was bullshit? Or you think he really took it?
No, he's been roiding the whole time.
Damn, that kind of gets you a little bit, huh? You were rooting for
No,
a little guy.
I called it.
You were rooting for a little guy, huh?
No, I called it.
I was.
I rooted for him until I started seeing the definition on his body. I'm like, that's way too unnatural.
You know who I couldn't stand? Cody. I couldn't stand Cody Garbrandt. He was just a douche,
he's just
man.
a douchebag, a meathead.
Yeah.
He's the guy at the gym that just gives every MMA gym a bad name. Because you're fighting off of all emotion, bro. And that's not the way you do it.
Yeah. And when TJ got him, bro, oh man, it was like when Rose beat up on John Jacek. Fucking
man,
awesome,
that's
bro.
perfect.
Fucking awesome. Well, let me see. What else? What other sports you gonna dive into? Who you got between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua?
Tyson Fury's gonna piece his ass up.
You think so?
I agree.
You think so?
He's too real.
Won't even be a competition.
Anthony Joshua doesn't have a jaw. He just doesn't.
All right. What about? Did Ruiz fight this past weekend, or was that coming up? Ruiz and Areola.
I can't remember.
I don't know when they're fighting.
You know
who you got between Teofimo and
Lopez?
And what's his name?
How can you say his first name but not his last name? What the fuck?
I don't know.
He can say Teofimo.
Because I think it's some other fucking name. I don't know why.
And
but
Canelo's fighting in 2 weeks.
He's fighting Saunders. I think. I mean, you know how I feel about Canelo. I think he's just another guy that just put in front of him.
He's just taking the money.
I mean, Billy Saunders.
He's taking a. It's gonna be a guarantee. I mean, but it's a guarantee.
Yeah, Billy Joe. He's way better than his last competition, but Billy, he's not exactly. I
forgot who Canelo fought. He was big, he was a big guy, he was a real big guy, and I think Canelo was losing that fight, and what saved him was the knockout he did in the 8th round. I forgot who he was fighting though, but it was I think when he went to middleweight for the first time.
What was the guy's race?
I think he was Arab.
It wasn't Amir Khan.
It was
Canelo beat up Amir Khan.
Dude, he took his soul.
They fought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Bro, the way Amir Khan landed.
I remember.
Oh my god.
But I mean, yeah.
But he had all speed, no power.
Amir Khan, all height. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
He was just fast with nothing else. No hands, no chin, no nothing. He just fast. And you couldn't even get it together. Like, bro, move right. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, but Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, that boy, he's coming up. He's on the come up, bro. He's on the come up.
His last fight, he obviously got knocked down, first time ever. He came back up, then I think 2 rounds later, knocked the dude out.
Man, that's gonna sound horrible. The phone just vibrated in the alarm. That's probably gonna sound horrible on the recording.
Well, remember what minute it's at, so you can go check it out. Tell Chris when he edits it. What minute is that?
23.
Tell him it's about
24.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's about to be a lot of interesting fights in boxing.
Oh yeah. But who's Teofimo fighting?
It's just some Australian dude. I can't remember his name, but it looked like he's already shook. Like he's trying to sound proper and this and that. Teofimo was just ripping him a new one. And when he tried to get mad, he couldn't even do it right. It's like, bro, if you're getting beat on the mic, there's one thing you gotta do. How about if I have a mic, I'm gonna chunk it at your dumb ass and not say shit. That's how I build hype for it.
Well, tried and true. Just
slap
him.
Exactly.
Just slap him.
Like you know how they used to do the face-offs on HBO?
Yeah.
Like if I know I'm losing the mic to this guy,
Wow.
no. I'm just gonna say, especially if he's speaking like another language, like, what the fuck did you just say? Just flip the table. Like,
I know.
build the hype up.
You know, dramatic. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
make
What the
a
fuck did you just
scene.
say?
Hold me back, y'all. Hold me back. You know what I'm saying?
Because you can't be the guy. You can't be that guy who.
You can't
loses
look
on
like
the
a punk.
mic and then loses on the mic when you say
Yeah,
something.
for real.
bad.
Because then
You can't be that guy.
Yeah, because like you said, now we watch the fight, we're looking at a guy like, damn, bro, what a bitch, you know?
Exactly. Now we're thinking, oh, this guy has no way.
And hopefully,
Nah.
No chance.
Yeah.
and hopefully Teofimo doesn't underestimate them, you know? That
That's
happened.
true.
That's how
Yeah.
Masvidal. I mean, I'm not gonna say he would have won the fight last night, but he got cocky as fuck. I mean, Usman missed. He missed with the hook or a jab, and Masvidal just started taunting.
That is the thing with
He started
Masvidal, bro.
taunting, and literally 12 seconds later, that
Yeah,
knockout.
but that's the
punch
thing.
happened.
Like, I felt like he was keeping his hands a little low.
Yeah,
And
bro.
he just
Because,
invited
This
that
is a pure
shot.
striker. What are you doing?
He
Yeah.
just, he just invited that shot in.
He was
like
being cocky.
Exactly.
Being cocky.
I think he felt like he had enough of a gap in between them to where that wouldn't reach.
You know what it
He's
was?
been working though. Usman was working.
Yeah.
I think it's because Masvidal wasn't pissed the fuck off. Like you
think
see
so?
all his good fights. They were he was mad. Like he had a reason to
That's
fuck
true.
You
you
think
up.
maybe he's had enough of the UFC?
He might have.
Because he got used pretty well for a
I
little
mean,
while
he's got a
ago.
BMF belt. I mean, he
But do you
never
remember what did that amount to?
really nothing.
Exactly. I bet you
But-
they told him we're gonna hype you up, make you look like a bad motherfucker.
And they did.
And I tell you what went wrong when Conor got knocked out, because I guarantee you they were trying to make Masvidal Conor for that
That's true.
BMF belt.
Yeah.
And now Conor losing, Masvidal's like, well, what the fuck? What about me? Then I was like, well, I mean, don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
No one cares. You know, the baddest motherfuckers got knocked out. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, hey, we were just gonna use you as a stepping stone for Conor, bro.
I mean, who would you?
What the fuck? Yeah. I
Who
mean,
would you throw in there for that type of belt?
for the BMF belt?
Yeah.
Well, if Usman wins his next fight, him and somebody else, I guess. Fuck it.
No, I think Masvidal should fight somebody else. Like, maybe not an up and comer, but somebody who's just been like, not maybe number one contender, but somebody who's been in the UFC, who's been piecing motherfuckers up. Maybe like Edson Barbosa.
Oh man.
Why not? You know you're gonna get a good fight between him and Masvidal. You know it's not gonna be a wrestling type of fight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you
It'll
make
be
the belt for
interesting.
any type of division. And look, he's even a lightweight. So if he moves up to welterweight to fight Masvidal, I mean, that's saying a lot. You showing you ain't scared.
Yeah, I feel you.
But that's to me how I would build up that BMF belt.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, so for right now, I'm not hearing anything about it, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
they
tough.
didn't promote it right. Like, I would have, like, if it's a young guy, like a young, let's say he's 15, and he makes a name for himself, let's say, fuck it, he wants to fight Masvidal. Let's say he's ranked like 10, and he needs to make a name for himself. Fight Masvidal. Say, fuck it, I'll fight you anytime, anywhere, built the name up to it, put the BMF belt up. Why wouldn't that be a ticket for you to get a future title shot? You get what I'm saying? You finally got the hype built up to you. That's how you do it. You know, you could be a lightweight trying to get into welterweight to try to make a name for himself. I mean, guy jumping weight, that's a good way to get your name up. You know?
I wish I could talk soccer with y'all. There's a big controversy in soccer right now.
As long as it's not golf.
About the league?
Yeah, so, I mean, then it's, what ended up happening
The
is
Super League, right?
Yeah, and then these owners now, Manchester United's owners and the Juventus owners, I told them, this is like a Jerry Jones and Robert Kraft are like, fine, we're just not gonna, we're giving the team away. Like, this is huge. You know, in soccer, like, this, it's chaos right now in
Because
soccer.
I saw that, I don't really follow soccer. I usually only start watching it before the World Cup.
Yeah.
But when I saw that, I was just like, that's crazy because they're talking about banning them from international play.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. I really don't know why they were such, against it. I really wasn't understanding that.
Me either. I feel like a lot of it's propaganda, so I don't want to pay attention too hard to what people are saying. I kind of I wish I get an overview of it. You know what I'm saying?
Because to me, it just seemed like, okay, they're adding this league, like good teams are going to be on here. Like, what's the problem? Maybe the numbers weren't benefiting, obviously, the federation.
The FIFA, the UEFA, whoever the hell.
Exactly.
I feel you. I think that's what it is.
And I think that's what made them probably say, hey, you can't do this, or we're banning you from international.
Because
play.
it's not our thing.
Because it's not. We're not getting a cut from it.
It's crazy.
So,
Damn, that's
That'd be
fucked
like if in the NFL, a few teams try to like start a whole another league within the outside of the league.
yeah, like there's a league, and then after that's done or whatever, they play in another one.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. This is probably completely off topic. Well, no, it probably stays on topic. But would you want to watch that? Like, you know all the practice players on every team. Like they all have them, but they make good money just being a practice player.
Yeah.
Why not make a B league and have these guys play in the spring?
It could be a
Yeah,
development
that's
league.
true,
You could
yeah.
make more stars that way.
But that's the thing, like it wasn't. But the league that they were talking about wasn't gonna be that kind of a league, though.
Yeah.
It was gonna be
big
the regular
shit.
league
Yeah.
and then good teams.
Even bigger. Yeah.
Exactly. It was
Yeah.
gonna be.
It wasn't gonna be like
great content
yes.
every game. It
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
gonna be like, oh, coming in, who's gonna win unless they're sitting a player or players hurt.
But let's also be honest. What they're doing is like if they try to add 8 more games to the season in the NFL for certain teams.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true.
Because I mean, these players, like you said, they're not starting their second team. They're starting the main team. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So no break for you. You know, so I
That
mean,
is true.
and-
Like it could interfere with obviously the other league. Like, okay, let's get him fresh for the other one, right?
Yeah, and I mean the players. I mean their health. I mean these
Yeah.
guys will never get to rest.
Exactly.
They're gonna be worn down.
Back to back. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. In soccer, you're literally running the 100 yards. Fuck
You're
that.
running for a whole what?
I mean,
120 minutes?
Best
Yeah,
conditioning.
Oh yeah, those guys are the best condition in the world for sure. You can run 90 minutes straight, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
And then like to go
Non-stop,
hard,
and then not even
technique.
just up and down, but
Yeah.
side to side.
Yeah, and you have to like follow
twisting
up.
and turning.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah. Oof, yeah, he's nice. How many minutes are we into?
We are at
Oh,
31 minutes.
All right. You want to wrap it up? We got something else to talk about. 'Cause they just pulled up.
I mean, that'd be alright.
Oh, but what else in sports then?
What was it?
I mean, who do you guys think Jake Paul's gonna fight next?
Oh my God! So can we? Okay, look. So maybe when they knocked out the basketball player, I was like, okay.
Yeah, but Penes.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking, bro, this is rigged.
No, you didn't see the way he
Nah, but Ben
was on the ground, like smiling.
Bro,
Like,
but you're
he was-
really telling me that these guys, these YouTube personalities, you're telling me that these guys are legit, have the ability to go and knock out these.
You don't understand. Have you not seen the way that Jake Paul trains?
Yeah, I
he
think
has
Jake
actually
Paul
legit
is-
wrestling.
Yeah, and so I mean,
I feel like you're being sarcastic. I feel like you're not.
No, I'm being 100%
I feel like you're being
serious.
sarcastic.
He
as
has
fuck.
great wrestling. He was able to stuff Paulo Acosta, a guy who doesn't wrestle for shit.
Yeah. Okay. Get out of here. See, the sarcasm is real. Y'all, in case you can't tell, Romo is being sarcastic.
Hell no, he's not. They were trying to hype him up so bad that they were saying, bro, he was able to stop Paulo Acosta's takedowns. He was able to take him down. I'm like, bro, he's not a fucking wrestler.
Yeah,
He's a
exactly.
striker.
Exactly.
But I mean, all the money that he made.
Do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I guess let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we got shit to do.
Yeah.
That was the
Is this the third
This is the
episode?
second sports.
Third,
This is the third sports odd pod episode.
And hey, let us know. What would y'all rather watch? Would y'all rather watch golf or fucking rugby?
Yeah, let us know. All right,
that's
that's
random.
your boy Romo, boy Diego, your boy Vino. Yeah.
Peace.
All right, yeah, we recorded a sports podcast.